How's it going today? Today we're going to talk about how to make over $1,500 in the stock market a day. I'm just going to get right into it, and everything like that. I mean, basically, this video is really for, I can't really explain all of it in one day, but really my channel and everything like that. So make sure you like and subscribe. If this is something you're into, it's not for everybody. I mean, it takes 50% brains and 100% guts to get in here and do this. And I mean, I think it's an excellent time to start. I always live by the saying, the best time to start was yesterday. So basically, through this, I mean, I believe a lot of people are struggling financially, and that's why I started this channel, to help everybody out and do this. And as you can see, I have videos and where to begin. I can leave a link down where to begin in the stock market. Beginner mistakes that I see a lot of people make. I talk about the psychology of it. I talk about stocks and stuff like that. And I believe everybody should be into the market. I mean, for the most part, it's hard some days. I mean, but everything like that. I mean, but we're gonna get right into how you actually do it. You basically it's kind of hard to fully explain it. But you buy them at a certain price, and then you wait for them to go up through valuation techniques, and basically make sure to hit the subscribe button and like my channel, where I talk about all this stuff in details, so you guys can do it too. I mean, it's really not a whole lot hard. I mean, it's kind of hard to get started. I mean, let me tell you some more things about me as an investor and everything like that. I basically started way back in 2013. When I was almost in high school. Well, I was getting out of high school. It actually was the summer. I just graduated high school, and I was like, well, I don't want to go to college, but I want to get into finance. And I didn't go to college or anything like that. I seen the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. It came out that year, and I was like, you know what? That seems like a thing, and it seems like a recurring theme. A lot of people seen that movie. And when you're young and naive, you see this guy making all this money and having all these crazy stuff, and you've ever seen the movie, I mean, and it's like, how can I do that? So I started heavily investing in. That movie motivated me to go out and actually buy my first stock. That was Disney. I bought it at 50. I started my brokerage account up, and I was like, and I got $1,000. I started with $1,000, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out and buy it and just go for it. I always say, I'm broke either way. That was my opinion at the time. I didn't have any money, so I was like, whatever. So I bought it. I opened up, and that was back in the day with E-Trade. Robinhood wasn't around. TD Ameritrade, I thought that was kind of more professional. E-Trade seemed like the more, for some reason, it had the baby, and I was watching football at the time, and I don't know if everybody remembers the Talking Baby, but that was way back 7 years ago. I mean, that was almost 7 years ago. I've been doing that, and that's kind of who I am and how I got started. I started almost as a value investor with the Warren Buffetts of the world, and that's how I kind of started. Then I got into trading. That was kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street. Well, he wasn't a trader, but, kind of make money real quick through options. I used to trade options a lot. And then I just kind of evolved into almost this big, and it just compounds over the years, where over the years, you can, looking back 7 years, the market's done well, everything's done well. And one thing that I have to tell everybody out there, they're probably being, well, that's good for you and everything like that. And I'm so happy for you, but I can't do it because of this. And one thing I've learned over the last 7 years is all the naysayers. All the naysayers that say that the market's going to crash, because they were saying that back then too. When I first started in the market in 2013, they were saying it was going to crash. It would hit an all-time high actually at the time. It just recovered from the financial crisis, and everybody's like, there's no way that this thing is going to go any higher. This is it. I was buying at the peak, and anybody who was buying was an idiot. I was an idiot at the time. Buying at the top. I was a fool. The S&P was at, I think, 1,000... 500, 700, and everybody was like, oh, 2013 was a very good year for the market. It just kind of went straight up almost every day. It was breaking all-time highs. Everybody was like, oh, this is it. It's just getting pumped. Everybody was just pumping and pump and pump, and everybody was saying, oh, it's going to crash, buy gold and everything. And here we are 7 years later, the S&P it broke over 3,300. It came down a little bit, but that was the scene. That was the 2013. Everybody was saying it was going to crash. In 2015, it was saying it was going to crash. So ignore all the naysayers that you can't do it and there's no point. It's rigged, because it's not rigged. It's just them people are just not educated with it. Them are the people that are naive and they don't want to learn, and they think it's easy, it's fast. They could just throw the money in there, make a lot of money, and get out and try to do all that. It's not. But if you get trained and personally know what to do, that's why I built this YouTube channel, because I see a lot of people, financially struggling. And it doesn't take much. You don't need millions of dollars or $100,000 or even $10,000. I started with $1,000. Hell, you can start little now. That was back in the days where you had to have a minimum to open an account. Now it's so easy with Robinhood. If you want to open up a brokerage account, excuse me, today, you can start with $1. You can trade options with $1. When I was started, you had to almost open up an account for $10,000, sign this agreement that you wouldn't sue if you lost a bunch of money. Then you had to go on. And then you had to pay $6 or $7, or I think it was $12, $13, $14, $20 to trade one option either way. So essentially it was a pain back in the days. With Robinhood and TD Ameritrade and stuff like that, they make it easy. So everybody can. You know what I mean? I believe everybody should give it a shot. Especially if you're financially struggling or stuff like that, build a base so you're not too much. But when you have extra, just put it in the market. And it'll eventually compound over the years. And don't think it's going to happen in 1 year, 2 years. It almost takes about 3 years. And then you look back and go like, wow, thank God I started. The market's done well. And so make sure you comment. Any questions that anybody has, leave down in the comment section. I could try to get to them. I could make a video. I could send a link, because I made a bunch of videos. I've been doing this for almost about a year and a half now, making these videos. I started back in 2018. I pick stocks every day, so you guys can actually just sit at home and have me pick stocks for you to buy and hold. I don't really, and maybe I could talk about, I don't really do a whole lot with the more complicated things. This is kind of the beginner stuff. I have a lot of beginner stuff, but I can get more complicated. I could talk about options, derivatives, and shorting and margin and stuff like that. Because as you get more advanced, you kind of learn more ways to make money. There's a lot more ways than just going up on the stock market. But really the basic is still kind of the same, the premise. But there's things that you need to learn first, and valuations. So leave a comment of what you guys want to learn. How do because I'm really kind of here. That's what this channel is all about. Make sure you like, subscribe. I could do daily things. I just did a video of me reviewing stocks and picking stocks. And actually, I got a video in the description I can leave for the 10 stocks for the next bull market. I believe in 3 years, you probably wish you would have picked those up. And this is for really anybody that really wants to get involved with it. The time is now to get involved. For every single accomplishment starts with the decision to try. And now it's I believe now is the time to really get active, and don't procrastinate. Procrastination is, I always say, the procrastination is the killer of dreams. So essentially, you want to kill your dreams, destroy them, everything like that. Just procrastinate, and you go get there pretty quick. Sorry, I'm getting choked up a little bit. But anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you.